Okay, in this video, we're going to be learning how to factor. In particular, we're going to learn how to factor trinomials. So let's start off with this example. X squared plus 8x plus 15. This here is a trinomial, but in this case, the A in this case is 1, the B is 8, and the C is 15. So the A is 1, the B is 8, and the C is 15. Right? Since it is written in this form here, ax squared plus bx plus c equals ax plus c. It's written. The trinomial is written in that form. So the whole strategy for the case where the a is 1 is this. We need to find two numbers such that their sum is 8 and their product is 15. Well, the thing to look at is we want to look at the factors of 15. What are they? Well, the common factors of the factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15, right? How can we use these pairs of numbers from here such that their sum is 8? Well, on the one hand, 3 plus 5 is 8, and also 3 times 5 is 15. So we want to use 3 plus 5, right? So 15 is equal to 3 times 5. And then 8, the 8 is equal to 3 plus 5. So in this case, this polynomial here is factored out to be x plus 3 times x plus 5. In this case, we're using the FOIL method backwards, right? We can also use factoring by grouping, right? And we would get the same answer. All we do is that we just replace the middle term. We actually replace the middle term plus 8x with the factors that are sum that we have computed over here, which is 3x plus 5x, right? And then we can bring down the x squared. And this is a positive. This is a plus. And this is a plus 15 here. And then we can factor out this polynomial by grouping. We can factor out these two groups, those two terms as a group, and then we can factor out from these other two terms. So each one of these have an x term. So take out an x, we'll have x plus 3. And then 15 is divisible by 5, so we can factor out a 5 here. And we'll still have x plus 3. But look, we have the same number, x plus 3, multiplied by x and then 5. So we can factor out an x plus 3 to x and then 5. And then we'll have left over x plus 5. X plus 5. And that is the same thing as this right here. Okay. Let's actually go over another example. Let's say if I wanted to factor out 3x squared plus 8x minus 3. Okay. Well, this one's a little bit different because we have our a is not 1, our a is 3, our b is 8, and our c is negative 3. Okay. The whole idea here in this example is we want to find out two numbers such that their sum is 8. So we need to find two numbers such that their sum is 8. So find two numbers so that their sum is 8 and their product is a times c equals 3 times negative 3 equals negative 9. Okay, this is our B here. And A times, and we need to figure out two numbers such that the product is equal to A times C, which is negative 9. Okay, so the thing we want to look at is the common factors of 9. Well, what are they? What are the factors, I mean, of 9? In this case, it's 1, 3, and then 9, right? Well, we can't get anything from 3 times 3 to equal 8, right? Well, how about 9 and 1? Well, 9 times 1 is 9, but 9 plus 1 is 10, so that won't work. And then it's basically all about picking out the pairs of numbers and manipulating their signs so that we can get a sum of 8 and a product to be equal to negative 9. So in this case, negative 9 is written as negative 9 times 1, right? Or 9 times negative 1, right? So we can rewrite this as 9 times negative 1. However, 9 plus negative 1 is 8, right? Which is B. And this was A times C here, right? So the two numbers that we want to use is 9 and negative 1 here. Now, in this case, we're going to use factoring by grouping in this example. So here was our original problem. So again, like in the previous example, we want to replace the middle term with the factors that we had over here, right? So in this case, 9 plus negative 1 was 8. So we want to replace negative 8x with 3x squared plus 9x minus x plus 3, right? I just replaced 8x with these two factors on the bottom. And so now we want to use factoring by grouping in this case. So we want to factor out from these two numbers as a group, and we want to factor out these two numbers here also as a group. So what we want to do now is, oh, that should be minus 3. So let me get my eraser. And that should be a minus, oh. Oops. And then this is a minus 3 here. And we want to factor out by grouping. Well, with 3x squared and 9x, we can factor out a 3x, right? So this here, if I write out 3x, I'll get x plus 3, right? Negative x minus 3, well, a minus 1 is in common. So we can take out a minus 1 from x and 3. So it'll be 3x minus 1, and we'll have minus 1 times x plus 3. And if we notice, we have an x plus 3 term in common with 3x and a negative 1. So we can factor out an x plus 3 to each of those terms. X plus 3, and what we have left over is 3x minus 1. I'm going to write this in blue, and this will be 3x plus 3x minus 1. And that is how you factor trinomials. I hope that's the end of this video.